These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. That one lands. Those counter punches have to hurt. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Nice counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. So much pre-hype surrounding this fight, the fans are on the edge of their seats.
You see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
They exchange punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The straight right just misses. Counter punching. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Nice counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell sometimes it...
Go out there, let's reset.
Ronda Rousey once told me when she gets into a fight, her mentality was minimum effort, maximum efficiency.
With sluggers, you cannot let them get into a rhythm because this is how they train. This is how they prepare for a fight. This is what they'll do all night. Do not dance their dance. You've got to use speed.
Perfect counter shot. Tried to score with a jab. And he scores with the counter. Well, I guess he's decided he's going to taunt his opponent now. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. The perfect counter lands. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven. Whoa, wait a minute! Deontay Wilder rocked right now! He's in some serious trouble! And right back into the fray.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Punch, counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Misses with that uppercut. Beautiful count. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this match. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
And let him get back into it.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well done with that counter shot. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
There's a counter shot. Fantastic punch. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. He threw a punch and just got countered. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. We know who has the power advantage, and we also know who has the speed advantage.
The plan is to try and change that game plan. Get him angry, get him frustrated, make him deviate away from the plan.
Couldn't land that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously...
Come on.
Let's do it.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Beautiful counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. How about that time counter shot? Can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter. It's all offense, all the time. That counter shot lands. You can't score with that uppercut. Which fighter will say no mas? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
Stop.
Catch and shoot. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
That counter punch caught him clean. The straight right just misses. Is he going to punch himself out, though? They have no respect for each other's punching power. A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
counter punch. He did not take that well at all, Klitschko. Can you believe this? Klitschko is down. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
What resilience to be down.
Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Klitschko in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes. And there's the bell for round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Nice counter punch. Nice punch. Nice counter shot. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Catch and shoot. Nice counter shot. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. We knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
I need to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
That is a show of character.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Klitschko in that last round. A lot of work needs to be done in this corner. 2 knockdowns in the last round.
Go out there and win this round.
Counter punches have to hurt. He's trying to relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good counter punch. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Just misses with that uppercut. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That counter punch caught him clean. Well done with that counter shot. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
You can't lose.
Get your mind back, get your focus back.
Let's go.
That jab misses. Quick punch scores. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
How about that time counter shot? We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. A perfect counter shot. This is a battle royale between two heavyweight bombers. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Wilder in that. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Both men step back for just a moment. Misses with the jab. Nice counter. Miss with that jab. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Perfect counter lands. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
Back together. Listen.
And there's the bell for round 10. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
time they throw a shot, they get countered. You don't want to trade shots. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. The perfect counter lands. There's a counter shot. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
There's a counter shot. And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. Beautiful counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened.